All right, welcome everybody. And guess what?
What?
Oops.
Daisy's going to put his foot in his mouth tonight.
Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
You'll never forget this music, will you?
Never.
All right. Well, it's yes, and your little water guy. All right, Dale already challenged us to water tonight.
Hang him up there.
Everybody, take a sip.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it is our. Oh, that one took me up. It is our 6th and final week of this Healthy Games Challenge. I know some of you are very, very excited that we're coming to an end, and some of you are like, no, I'm just getting going. So everybody, it's running the gamut, but we do have an exciting night. This is the night that we do have a $50 gift card to give away, and this goes to the Zoom, the team challenger who attended the most Zoom. And at the time we came up with this, we didn't know, exactly how this was going to unfold. But since we do have 4 challengers in the running, and all 4 on here today, so raise your hand if you're in the running. Mark, you're in the running. All right. Okay, there's our 4 challengers. Okay. And since they're all on here tonight, we do have to have a drawing. Now, I will tell you that I prepared the names in the bowl that Dale gave earlier today, had them sitting on my desk, and my cats got a hold of it, and they picked a winner. Now, I'm not going to list it until later, and we'll see if they picked the right one. But they actually did pick somebody and ran away with that name.
No, it's funny.
It was pretty funny. So, and then I still want to go over a couple things for us in terms of reminders this week, and some final, dates and things like that. And then I've also asked a few of our challengers, hi Tammy, to share with us what some of their goals are beyond this challenge, because that's so important. We spent 6 weeks here, but we don't want to let this die, so we want to keep going with that. So first, let me just hit a couple of the reminders. You can start weighing out as early as this Friday, that's the 20th, and all the way to Tuesday the 24th, but your last day is Tuesday the 24th. So you can make that final decision. And I just want to say, and I'm saying this also for people that are going to be watching this as the recording, if you do not actually weigh out and put your weight on the challenge, please send me a text or an email or something so I know how much weight you lost. And the reason I'm asking for that, if you recall last time, I like to keep track. What did our team overall do? It's just kind of a fun thing from a team, how much we lost. So be sure and let me know that information. And then also the final day for points is Sunday, the 22nd. So don't stop short, everybody. Don't stop short, especially some of you are right down to the wire. And go ahead, get your points, yes. And Joe's got to get to 2,000. So we gotta keep going as a team. And you never know. Other teams may be slacking off, and we just may up to the top. So don't anybody stop yet. And then I also just want to remind you there is one final incentive this week. And it's really something I think everybody can do, and that is share your experience on the main wall. What what this meant to you. What was this experience like for you? The key is going to be sure and let this team know that you put it out there so we can all go out and like it. That is something different this time for those of you who were on the challenge. Look at everybody this year was on the challenge last time. So this is a little bit different. We have to go and like your post. So be sure and let us know that we can do that. And then finally, they've already told us the payout is going to be on March 9th. So you can be watching and come and look and see what your total number is. And of course, we aren't going to know, even though we win, we aren't going to know how much we get because we don't know how many people fell out of the challenge until later, but I'm hoping it's double. I'm hoping. So, all right. So let's go ahead. Yes, Dale.
And speaking of team standing,
Oh, yes.
I love my statistics, right?
Yes.
Has anybody been paying attention to where the team stands on the challenge wall?
Up, down, up, down.
Today we were ranked 188 out of 720, something like that. But that's a misleading figure because I went through the whole list today utilizing a little bit of that.
And paper and pen?
Yeah, and paper and pen.
Okay.
And what I did was I eliminated all the teams that were 15 members or lower. I just eliminated those teams because as far as I'm concerned, they shouldn't even count. Anybody with less than 15 members. So what I did then was took our number, which was like 146, I think it was this morning, and then tried to count how many teams were ahead of us utilizing 15 and more. What's our number, Neva? 30? How many team members we have right now?
39.
39. So 15 and above was a good number in my head, and we are ranked 71st.
Wow.
So there's a whole lot of teams that have less than 10 people that are technically beating us, which that's easy to do when you only have 4 or 5 members, right, and they all max out like Joe down there. So there is hope that we can move up by the end of the week. And the other hope is the team that won last time around didn't have the highest score. So we don't know how they arrived at the winning team.
It was something at the final end. That's why I say don't stop short, because you just never know.
We do know that it's not based on the highest score, so there's some other combination going on there. That's all I got, Nick.
Thank you. And don't go far away, Dale, because as our official Zoom, monitor and tracker, and he had his whole spreadsheet and everything, it boiled down to 4 names that are in the pile here. So Stacy, Teresa, you have to show your face if you're going to be in this. There she is. All right. Mark and Joe. All right. So do we need a little drum roll and let you pick, Dale?
Hooray for Hollywood. Oh, wrong awards. And the numbers were tabulated by the accounting firm of Price, Water, and Dale.
or Kizzy and BK Cosmicky. Yes.
So, there are 4 names in here.
Okay. And the winner is.
And the winner is.
Hold the name up to the camera.
Somebody say stop, and I will stop.
Stop.
Okay. Drum roll. Thank you. All right, we got a name here. Starts with an S.
Stacy.
Woo!
All right, Stacy, way to go. All right.
Acceptance speech, please. And oh, by the way, you have 2 minutes to get to the house to claim your prize.
Hey! I can do that.
I know it.
I'd like to thank the Academy for this award.
Oh, all right.
Ding, ding.
All right. Well, thank you, and thank you for everybody that has been really good about being on these Zooms. You know, it's different than last time where we got points, and this time we really felt the Zooms were very beneficial for the team, and we wanted to do something to encourage people to come. So appreciate you all being here, and forgot to say hi, Bob. So hi. Glad to see you. All right. Well, let me just go over a couple things here. First of all, let me share the screen and share a couple things with you this week. And just as kind of a reminder here. Yeah.
I was about to get vertical there, Neva, whatever you were doing.
Yeah? All right. Okay. So week 6, and the title of this week is Finishing Strong and Beyond. Echo, 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 beyond. So I want to take us back to, depending what day you did the webinar for the week, it might have been Monday. There was a slide that I've copied here down below, and it's this information was actually taken from the Journal of American Medical Association. So this isn't any fly-by-night kind of a thing. And this actually came out in 2007. And I remember very clearly when this came out, because it was like, oh my goodness, you need to tell me that I can be affected by the people I hang out with, and the people that hang out with me can be affected by me in terms of my eating habits, my exercise habits. They actually put it in words saying that obesity and thinness are socially contagious. And we even had a little challenge, a little exercise to think about the 5 closest people in your life, and think about, are they somebody that is helping you and encouraging you in your health, or are they detracting and discouraging you from the health in your life? And so you want to think about that. But here's the cool thing that I thought was, oh my gosh, 171%. That to me is just outrageous to think that, it would have that big of an effect on people. So I said, isn't it scary to know that others can affect you? So be careful. And there are some people on the challenge that have talked to me about, what do I do when I go out to dinner or lunch with people who pick restaurants that don't have any good options? And that's a perfect example of them jumping in, and you can affect them by suggesting a different restaurant, and one that's more healthy. And then also the reverse is true. So it's pretty exciting to know that you can be affecting others. So with all of us that have been hanging out for the past 6 weeks, we've been real beneficial for one another. So if we don't see each other over the next few weeks, I think you want to stay in touch, or you at least want to stay in touch with people that are a positive influence in your life. So that was pretty important. And then a couple of the other things that came up this week. First of all, over here, this trilogy assessment, it was referred to as taking it before and then after the challenge. So using a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is the highest. You don't have to do it, but if you've already done it, or else do it after this, think about where you were at on that scale of 1 to 10 from a body, your health, your body perspective, your mind, and also your finances. And we've got some people on this team that either contracts were extended, or they got new jobs, stuff like that. So it really, is going to be significant for some people. And then think about, what is that number after the challenge? And you want to see if those numbers change. So that was kind of a fun one. And then here's another one. I just grabbed some statements that I thought were really important. And the other one is, don't sit around and wish for, having a different body. You earn your body. You're the one, you get healthy, you eat better, you be better, you feel better, and you look better. It's up to you. You have to earn it yourself. So that was a big message. And that leads us into, what are your goals beyond this challenge? And so with that in mind, I wanted to go ahead. I'm going to stop the share, come back to the team here. And I'm happy to say that I do have a couple of speakers identified tonight, and if we have time, I'm going to open it up to whoever wants to share with us. But the first speaker tonight in our center square is Monica. And Monica had some unexpected challenges of her own during this challenge.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like life can throw you some curves. I don't care if it's your 6-week challenge, healthy gains challenge, or it's just life. You just never know when that's going to happen. But it's important to be thinking beyond. And so I'd asked Monica if she would just share with us what her goals are beyond. And if you want to share a little bit more about your challenge during this time, you can do that as well, Monica.
Thanks, Neva. And you'll give me the 30-second, the cutoff. Okay. What she was referring to is basically in the midst of all of this, I've had, and I know many of us travel, are at hotels, a lot of things going on, and I have a lot of that because I have my own business. But in the midst of this challenge, a friend of mine who lives in California was sick and has been sick. And so I was asked to go out 2 weeks ago to be her caretaker. And she is a very vibrant woman who has basically just been bedridden by the cancer and the chemo and the radiation. And went out there, and she lives on a 3-story loft. And so I originally was going for 6 days, and it ended up being 2 weeks. So I was having to be very careful about what I was eating, making sure I was staying on target. I did get my food through Be Slim. It got there. But I mean, I moved a lot. You know, I think part of, you know, when people are dealing with chemo is really just to, as best you can, identify that depression and what you can do with it. So we both stayed very engaged with each other in terms of conversation. And she finally got out one day, and I just moved. I mean, I was washing clothes and doing laundry and dishes and up and down 3 flights of stairs nonstop. And what I found out through that whole challenge is that I come from a place of being very traditional in exercise. I've worked with personal trainers. I had to do a regimen. And I've learned just in this particular challenge, it's just moving. As long as I'm moving, whether I'm walking or going up and down stairs or washing clothes or cleaning out a walk-in freezer, that's another story for another time. You're moving, you know, you're burning calories. So what I knew in my 20s and 30s is so different than my 40s, we'll just call it that. So, you know, it's just lessons learned. So going beyond challenge, what I finally realized, and the chart that Neva just referenced on the how do you help, the 3 methods of mastering health, and that was this chart, right, Neva, with the people. Right. Mm-hmm. I spent some time with that because everybody who is on that chart is healthy except one friend. And so that's the opportunity to share with her. So beyond the challenge, here's where I'm at. I realize that healthy is a choice. And for me, spiritually, it's that healthy is holy. So I got my head around, what does that look like? How do I take care of me? And it comes out to healthy as a choice. So my what is that I have a wedding to go to in Italy, in the Amalfi Coast in July. So I'm probably, I don't know, Neva, what is it, 25, 30 pounds outside of my goal weight, whatever the number is. And so Pam, when she joins a challenge, she was like, okay, how do we do this? How do we continue on? So we've been using the words laser focus in everything we're doing, laser focused, you know, drinking your 100 ounces of water, etc. And so we came up with this wonderful idea last night that we were going to do our own challenge, 4 weeks, 4%. We're going to weigh in on March 2nd through the 31st. And then I noticed on the challenge wall, they went and put the same thing. Mm-hmm. So great minds think alike. You know, we were going to do it among ourselves. We were going to ask everybody if they wanted to participate, but I just saw that they posted it. I think that's fabulous. We'll probably both get on it because I know from last time, Neva, that there was about a 6-8 week lag between the next challenge. I commend them because they see the need, obviously the financial opportunity as well, but they see the need. And so they're going to give us everything that Pam and I were going to try to create among ourselves. So that's the good news. So basically beyond the challenge, it's just staying focused that healthy is a choice, we've got this laser focus. We keep saying laser focus, laser focus. So that's what we're doing.
Fantastic. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate that. And as you can see that, you know, Monica's experience and situation entirely different than anybody else. Everybody has their own different challenges and things like that. And then the other person that I asked to speak tonight, Joe, also second time challenger with us in the group. And this is really fun because everybody on this call tonight that's here on camera has been on the challenge twice. So it's exciting to have everybody come back and you know the value of it and how it keeps you laser focused. And I'm not sure if everybody here completed your survey 7, but if you didn't, you should go back and do it. I would love for you to do it. And there is a question in there about your goals going forward. And I read our next speaker's goal, and I thought, beautiful. It's right on. They're specific. It goes beyond this challenge. And so I asked Joe Ploehn if he would share his goals with us tonight for beyond this challenge. So Joe, take it away.
Okay, Neva. So I did fill out that survey on Monday, and I've got very specific laser-focused goals, like Monica was talking about, because my issue over the last 4 years since I lost the weight was maintaining my weight. So that's the big thing for me. So I'm like, how do I set my goals so I can maintain my weight? And so my first goal, which is specific and is very measurable and it's attainable, it's realistic and is definitely timely, that it's a SMART goal, which is I'm going to maintain 175 pounds over the next 6 months. It's very simple. It's very concise. It's very attainable, very measurable, obviously. So that's the first thing. My laser focus is on maintaining my weight because I hate this ratcheting up thing that I experienced over the last 2.5 years, going into last August. So that's the first thing. But how am I going to do that exactly? Is it diet? Is it exercise? What is it? Well, I've gotten back into running now, and I set myself a target at the first of the year. I'm going to run 1,000 miles in 2015, and so I set myself another specific goal of specifically on this challenge is I'm going to make 500 miles by July 1st. Well, I've actually really almost halfway there, and we're not even through February. So I'm going to ratchet that goal up even more because goals should push me.
Yeah.
And they should be stretch goals, and they should be hard to reach for. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to make it 2,000 miles for 2015, and I want to reach 1,000 miles by July 1st. I don't know if I can do it, but it's going to keep me focused, keep me on track, keep me doing the exact what I need to do in order to attain my number one goal, which is to maintain my weight and maintain my health. So, and then the way that I celebrate getting there is by these half marathons that I run, because not only will the half marathon add on to my mileage, but it's like this huge celebration. All these people are gathered. I get to get a medal when I cross the finish line after running the 13.1 miles. It's just a big, I don't care about my time. I just care about successfully crossing that finish line. And it's a big celebration that I've been able to do that for the last 3 months. So those are my 3 specific SMART goals that I'm going to achieve by July 1st.
Fantastic. And I love that because, the weight part of it is over for you. It's the maintenance part of it now. And
that's right.
A lot of people, when I start working with a lot of people, when they first come onto our program, they always say, I'm not worried about losing the weight, Neva. I'm worried about keeping the weight off. And so lots of times that's when the real work begins. So I love hearing that. So. All right. Anybody else have a specific or have thought about your goals for beyond this challenge and what you plan to do? We have a couple more minutes. Anybody else have something they'd like to share?
Neva, I just want to add one piece about the exercise, and I commend Joe because you're such a guy. I love it. You sit here and you've got it measured. You know what you're doing. And I'm a little more flexible. And that's good because it works within our own personalities. We know what we need to do. I needed to give myself that flexibility for exercise so I enjoy it. I did a half marathon like what you did, and it was painful. But I found out that I can go get on my rebounder and go between my rebounder and a Stairmaster doing songs, and I love it because I'm moving for 30 minutes, not I have to do this for 30 minutes. So I commend you because you hit on something that for people who are structured and can really do that, it makes sense. For me, it just didn't work, but I love it as an idea. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else?
And one thing, Neva, I wanted to add into that, what Monica was saying was that what I've learned in these 2 challenges, the Stop Challenge and Choose specifically, and Food as Reward, or the misnomer or the big lie about food being rewards, and and what we've grown up with over the years, all these things that I've learned I didn't know before. So I'm adding all these different pieces to the puzzle. And I believe that I will be able to attain those goals because of all the different things that I've learned through the challenge. That's why these challenges to me are so important, because there's all these little distinctions that get brought out through the time and through reading everything and participating and through all the support from the team members. These things all add up together to make make me able to make the whole team able to achieve our goals and be healthy. So that's why I really like these challenges.
Excellent. And let me just say that, you know, I was going to ask how everybody feels about, because you've been through the challenge at least once before, and, you know, did you learn anything different or new? And one of the other things that hit me just like a ton of bricks this week was I kind of see it a little bit different than everybody else, because I see everybody's comments and surveys and stuff coming in, but it's almost been like this little lifetime, right? The 6 weeks, because some people had job changes, some people had some surgeries, some people had some accidents, some people had funerals, some people had some very unexpected things happen, and that's just life. And so that's another one of the huge, huge challenges is it's not the losing weight and staying on track when everything's perfect and your schedule's perfect. It's when your life is all crazy. And so if you took everybody that was on our team and all the different things that happened to everybody, and you said, that's what happens in my life, because it does. It happens in everybody's life. Not necessarily in 6 weeks, but it happens in everybody's life, and learn how to handle that. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks this week. And I thought, this is just like this little lifetime that occurred when you took all of our team members. And I thought that was so cool because, like for me, I knew I was going to have the surgery. I knew I was going to have to deal with this differently. And honestly, as soon as mine foot heals and I can get rid of this cast and I can start walking, then my challenge is really going to start to get back into the exercise part. So there's never a, you know, it's an up and down. It's wherever you're at. So it just, that really hit me this week, and I wanted to share that with everybody. So, any other comments?
It's hard to top that one, Neva.
Oh,
Aww. Y'all are cute.
well, everybody that's here on camera tonight is a part of our Better Together 2 client Facebook group, and I want to encourage you to feel free to go out there, and I'll make a comment about the challenge being over and encourage a lot of the activities. If there are other people, when you're watching this recording, other team members, and you are not a member of the Better Together 2, whether you're a client or not, I would love for you to come and be a part of it, share your thoughts, and for those of you who I'm not your health coach, please let your health coach know that you would like to be a part of that, and they can add you to that group. So we can get everybody over there. If we want to do something as a group again, if we want to pull together a Zoom, whatever we want to do, we can do it still as a group, but we can interact through that Facebook group. Okay. So keep that in mind. And then, you know, everybody stay out here, stay with us for the rest of the week. Please continue to post and encourage those people who have a little ways to go just to finish up. And I want to thank everybody. It's been a pleasure being your room coach this year, or the 6 weeks, this year so far. It's really been my pleasure, and I've enjoyed it. And any other last comments? We got a couple. Yeah.
Quick question. Would anybody say right now whether or not they're planning to do the next challenge? Are you planning to do it, and Dale, or what is your thought? Or you haven't just gone there?
Are you talking about the 4 weeks that they just did?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to be handled. So I want to hear how it's going to be handled, because I don't think it's going to be team rooms like this.
Okay.
It's just going to be one big challenge.
Okay.
And still everybody getting the information. That's my understanding, but I haven't seen the details. So,
okay.
You know, that way everybody can participate.
Then may I pose this as an idea, because then that kind of segues with how Pam and I were talking. If it's not with the Zoom, I would be interested in doing the Zoom again. You know, even if outside of the 4 week, you know, we like the 4 week, we want to do that, or at least I'm thinking I'm going to do it. But I would like, if you wanted to do that, host it, or maybe we just, I know you're talking about, but Pam doesn't do Facebook. So if we could do Zoom and be receptive to it, I'm all for it. I don't know how the rest of the group feels.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
Do we want to do next week, or do we want to wait 2 weeks, or do we want to just see how that's going to unfold and then determine?
I'm all for now. Let's do it.
Do it. So
yeah.
keep it for next week. Okay. So we had a thing where we did 3 Thursdays and we did 3 Wednesdays. So I don't know, maybe we need a Tuesday in here.
Oh, no.
We said no to Tuesday.
No,
Stacy
Tuesday.
and Teresa say no to Tuesday. Okay, so it's got to be a Wednesday or Thursday, huh? Okay.
Saturday night at 7 o'clock.
I don't want to run out of time here. I'll take a look at the schedule, but can you do Thursday, Monica?
Yes.
So maybe we go back to a Thursday and see.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Bob, were you holding your hand up?
No.
Okay. I was just
No, I
checking.
agree Thursday. Yeah.
You like Thursday. Okay. All right, well, then we'll go back to Thursday then. All right.
Thursday for us.
Okay. All right, everybody. It's been a lot of fun, and I just want you all to remember that you've got the power.
You're so cute.
You got the power.
Oh, you're cute.
Woo! Come on, get your hands in the air. Let's dance. Come on, everybody. Woo!
Is everybody doing their hands?
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Hi.
Bye.